She looks a little weirded out that I would just walk up with a bear. Yeah. Okay, so I want to say something to sort of maybe even use diplomacy and just try to relate with her a little bit. I rolled a 20 on the Pharasma thing, so maybe like a certain proverb or maybe a saying or something to signify that like I understand a part of her world and try to connect with her on some level, just to make her feel more comfortable.
We're all in the house. Can we like be on our way to meet Tima and Cypress, or are we just chilling?
That's your call. If you guys wanted to go back, you can. Breakfast will be prepared by one of the keepers of the home, alongside Kendra. She'll provide pleasantries of eggs and rye.
Ooh. Mogar is outside, not too far from the house, but he is outside. He woke up very, very, very early, and because he's a very light sleeper and he barely sleeps at all. So he was just outside with his with some of his belongings, especially his hammer, his great axe. Excuse me.
We're about a mile away, aren't we?
Yes, you are a mile away. Particularly,
I'm coming out the bathroom. I mean,
all night. Oh God.
Coming out holding my stomach, saying, "No more good berries."
Particularly
something else
regarding the relationship of the clergy, the priestess of Pharasma to Pharasma herself. She's destined to lead. It's like she's led mostly by women. The worshippers are typically midwives, pregnant women. You've got to remember, like, mortality rates in infancy was incredibly high at the time, so they prayed that she stay away, and if that she had to come, she would take them easily and swiftly in their sleep. So you know that she is an area of concern for you would be fate and prophecy. Sure, death is there, but you also deal with fate. I mean, you've lived off of the land, and everything happens for a reason, and you can tie that in. If you want to work it into the narrative, I'll give you more.
Okay, I don't know how I really would word that with her, or make her feel that I know that. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna sort of disengage a little bit and just ask if she's seen anything out of the ordinary.
What might be out of the ordinary?
Ma'am, you know when you just got a gut feeling, man, it's sometimes hard to explain, like, just you done something so many times over and over and over, but that one time you did it, it was different, man. It was just felt weird or wrong or good or just different. Have you had that feeling at all lately?
Give me perception, Ello.
Okay, sure. Sorry, I'm not trying to hijack the session, guys. I'm
eating breakfast.
I'm
eating breakfast.
Making my way to other people, so you're good.
I'm like on it on that breakfast.
We'll be back soon where the engagement starts.
Damn,
wow.
I'm killing it.
Wow.
You're doing well.
All right. Wow. Very good.
Eating my breakfast cheese.
Sure. You notice out of your periphery, you see one of the groundskeepers kind of look to the other, and there's like a stutter in his shoveling. He's been maintaining pace the entire time, and when you say, "Has there been anything weird?" he just kind of pauses for a moment, and it's enough to catch your attention. She briefly looks down, and then she reassures you that nothing is strange ever in Ravengrow, and if it is, it becomes a normality.
That's a poopy answer.
What does this guy look like that sort of hesitated that I picked up on? What does he look like? Is he kind of skinny? Is he an old dude? He
is young and impressionable. Clearly he's not kind of fallen in line with what she speaks of at this point. He's younger, likely even because the person that's with him is an older man, could be his son.
Okay, so the person that hesitated could be his son.
Yes.
Could be the person that hesitated is the son, but his father is there too. Could be his father.
Correct.
Gotcha. I bid her farewell in whatever way that would be appropriate to give honor to Pharasma or whatever, and then I sort of walk over to the two gentlemen, and when I do that, I give sort of a low growl to Tima, and Tima sort of circles around them to the backside of where they're at as I sort of walk up to them.
Okay. She'll start with that slow waddle that you're used to seeing, and then she'll kind of hearken to their opposite side, where it's kind of like you're putting them in a pinch.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. And I want, I'm going to be trying to sort of intimidate them. But I walk up very friendly and I hail them and, ask them how their morning is and just sort of see how they react to that.
The older man immediately responds. He doesn't even give the younger one an opportunity. Says, Morning. It's an everyday event in the Restlands. What brings you to Ravengrow?
Oh, just some strange times, my friend. And I reach into my pocket and pull out, a good berry and kind of offer it to these gentlemen. I have, just kind of, just in a haphazard kind of way, this a thoughtless way. Do they take it?
The younger one immediately kind of steps up, and you see the man, his brow furrows for a moment. He's like, what, no. And at this point, the younger one kind of already has them, and he takes a smell of it. Obviously, fresh fruit is a bit rarer for this area, so he's already taken a bite into it, and then he offers the other to the older man. He says, that is good. It's good. I promise. And he takes it, and he smells it, and you can see, they're both a little frail, and he'll start chewing on it. He says, Thank you. It's kind of you.
Oh, it's no problem, man. I've been living off the land for a long time, man, and I do make a good go of it sometimes. I've got plenty more where that comes from, but hey, listen, friend, I'm just new to town and trying to get my bearings, and a friend of mine passed away. He's the professor. I call him Petey, but I guess his name is Petro, man. I don't know. I'm just
Petrus. Petrus was a good man. I've known him for a while. Well, nothing to say.
And I've always thought so too, but apparently there's some people who think otherwise. Do you know anything about that?
Ne'er-do-wells, they all believe that Petrus is up to some uncanny deadliftings. I don't understand. He's nice, he's quiet, he's got a lovely daughter, and as far as I care, he treats everyone just fine. The way that he died, though, was questionable. Yes, it was. I don't think that it was an accident. Even in his age, he was very capable. He was very strong. Cecil. Sorry, Dad.
I kind of look at the younger man and kind of give him a nod and say, you know what, young man, I feel the same way, man. I feel like things weren't right. And I sort of look towards the father. Is he giving any indication that he's nervous at all? Is he sweating? Is he blinking a lot? Is anything that maybe I would perceive? Do you want me to do another roll, or do you want to stay with the...
Give me a sense motive.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, there's no way I'm rolling a third 20, but I'll give it a go.
I will shit my pants.
Give you that luck.
You never know. Time to play the lottery.
So it's not a class skill.
My pants.
So it's not a class skill, so I just do sense motive like a D20 plus my wisdom, and that's it?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Come on, Ello. 25.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
Close.
You kind of feel like he's not necessarily lying, but that he may not be giving you all of the information. It's like he's kind of keeping this short and sweet. He is in the middle of work, and there is a priestess of Pharasma no more than 20 feet away.
Gotcha. I sort of keep talking to him, and I ask him if he knows anything about animals.
Animals? What kind?
And I motion over to Tima.
He turns, not really aware that an oversized brown bear has sidled behind him. And as he turns around with the shovel, he rears it up immediately. He's like, "Stars and stone!"
Oh, easy, man, easy. Calm down there. She's my friend, man. Like, she's not gonna hurt you. But she does have a pain in her back leg, and I don't know, man. I just thought maybe you would be nice enough to look at it if you had any knowledge.
I think we'll fucking.
I don't know. Hey, no, man. She's so friendly. Like, watch this. Tima, sit. Tima, like, sit down.
She waddles back, pushing on her paws.
Okay, Tima, like, lay on your back.
She does so. She just kind of like you've shot her. She just falls back on her back.
Okay, now, Tima, stand up and turn around so we can see your back paw.
Like rear paw?
Yes, rear paw.
She slowly rolls up past the shoulder and stands with on bright haunches, and she kicks up her back leg. She's kind of stumbling.
I move over and I'm like, come here, come look at it, man, come here. And I kind of beckon him over to look at the paw with me.
Both of them, or the father or the son?
Both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, both of them.
All right. They begin to lean down and they start looking, still eagerly gripping onto the haft of the shovel.
So they're moving closer. They're getting closer.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as they get close, I just kind of look up to him and I say, I understand you're under a bit of duress. And I sort of look over at the priestess nearby. But anything you might know, man, I could really use a hand in this one for my buddy Petey. And I just give him like the most serious look, like just almost pleading, begging that they'll share something with me.
Give me a diplomacy.
Sure. I'm a diplomancer. Here comes the roll. I believe this is...
Okay. That's not great, but your communication to him is strong. Obviously, you've offered them a service. Forgive me. And they... At least the son has kind of taken to you. Like I said, very young and impressionable. The father kind of bites his lip. Like, visibly so. He literally rescinds his lower lip into his mouth, and he doesn't say anything. But the son, you hear kind of like this light grunt from him. He's like, Father. It's like, no, boy. Don't say anything. You've heard the whippoorwills. They've been coming from Harrowstone. Every night. The people are dreaming things. You've heard them in town. No, don't. Don't start nothing you can't finish. In this town we're doing just fine. Father, he needs to know if he's here for Petrus. He's a good man. He buried him. We saw it. Fine. Go on, Cecil, tell him. Mister, I woke up no more than quarter moon ago, and I heard the whippoorwills from Harrowstone, and it scared me so bad. Did the fright a strong, heard the people calling from their homes, and I woke my father, and I went to his room to find him, and he wasn't there. When I found him, he was stepping to the front door. He had his hand on the handle of the door itself, and he was clutching a knife. His eyes paled open, white. couldn't see nothing. Nothing at all. Put him back to bed, but I heard the people of the town, they were also moving. That's a problem, sir. Something's going on, and I know it has something to do with Arrowstone. But no, it won't have an effect on me. Not Cecil.
What, whippoorwills. Am I familiar with that term?
It's essentially like, it's a local speak for saying like there's wild noises, like hollering, screams coming from Harrowstone. And at this point, you have been informed that Harrowstone was the local prison.
Correct. You know what? I sort of nod to the son and also to the dad, and I tell them that I appreciate the risk they're taking, and I tell them that I won't bother them any longer, and I kind of whistle to Tima. I give him a nod, and I start to head back to the home.
As you kind of like you nod to him and begin to rise up from your crouch, the father will grab on to your wrist and says, "You heard nothing, and nothing here from us. We're just graveskeepers."
I nod and put a reassuring hand on his shoulder, and I look him in the eyes and I say, "I am one with you, man." And I give him a slight nod.
Not sure how to respond, he nods as well, and hopes the best. They'll stand and they'll go back to digging the graves.
Cool. And I'll head back to the rest of the group so that maybe somebody else can get a chance to RP a little bit. Sorry, guys.
I'm taking notes for when you tell us all
Hey,
this.
man, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
No, totally fine.
Okay.
But, I don't know this until you tell us.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Don't keep
Cool.
secrets.
Like-
Secrets are not fun unless you share with
If you don't want to tell us, I will have to write in the notes that only Cypress knows this.
Okay. All right, so the floor is open to anybody that would like to try or do anything at the Casa de los Lorimor.
Real quick, just for my own edification, the daughter is still at the house with them.
Yeah, Kendra has
Okay.
stayed.
Okay, cool.
And I'm outside just with my great axe, just chillaxing, looking out. And I guess I'm going to be seeing you soon, so I'm going to be nodding.
Surprisingly, Symarra's eating.
Nyx
I don't know
is
where I'm
snoring aggressively, loudly in her makeshift bed of cards.
All right, so let's just assume that I got sleep that night.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'll be stepping out of the room, and then I remember there was a slight hint of another room while I was walking towards that area, right?
There are a few rooms along the way. Probably there was the main bedroom that Kendra would be staying in, which is her father's room. And then there are 3 more rooms outside of yours. Yours is a little small, but it was like a child's room.
Oh, great. All right, so I walk out and I'm just like, I'm not used to this type of architecture. Pooping in a pot. It's not just like me. So I noticed the other rooms, and I'm kind of piquing in curiosity, and I said, no, Solis. You have to respect this lad. Respect this professor. You're here for one thing only. You're back on your adventures. So he goes and joins. What's her name? How you pronounce? Symarra. That's
Yeah.
right. Join Symarra where the food is. And he's just like, there's no good berries here, right?
No, there's plenty of sweetmeats and cheese.
Oh,
But that's
thank
fine.
goodness.
You better.
Meat. He runs to the meat, starts eating.
I'm expecting along the way, as you know, you're taking this filleted meat and you're taking these cut pieces of cheese, walking by the rest area that you had met previously in. I would assume at this point, Nyx is very odd. There is no fire in your bedrooms. There's only like loose linen. It's not very warm. Nyx strikes me as the kind to, much like a firefly, to go directly to light.
Yeah.
How wrong am I there? Is that hitting the nail on the
No,
head?
you're
Pretty dead on.
correct.
Would you, because you said that you were like laying out cards. Would
Yeah.
you find yourself going to your room, or are you the kind to like lay out cards in front of the hearth?
Oh, the hearth. Definitely the hearth.
All right. So Solis, as you're dining on these cheeses and these meats, you see that Nyx, as adorable and tormenting as she actually is, she's resting on a bed of cards. It sort of looks like her arms are borderline propped up, like a dog upside down, resting in front of the fire. It's nice. The heat is still it's still very warm.
Do you want me to put in some snoring effects for you?
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, if I hear that, it's
But
gonna
I'm
change my
kind of half
outlook.
tempted to like throw things.
Solis,
in
yeah,
Nyx's
no.
In her mouth.
As you're like watching on and you see her mouth agape, Symarra has like little bits of cheese that she's been lobbing in the direction, trying to bucket into Nick's mouth.
Oh, good show. Don't choke the little creature.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Oh my god.
She gets the ones I don't like. Okay.
They're still good.
It's still good. Okay. All right.
Alright, so she's sleeping, right?
Yes, she is.
So Symarra gets one in, maybe, or are we rolling for that?
No, yeah, this is your story. Yeah.
Okay. So
If you're confident, then go for it.
are you gonna get one in? So,
Yeah.
this will be your thing.
Do I need to roll or anything? I'm just chucking
No,
it
I'm
out.
like, it's not like you're yards away at this point. You're probably like 5 feet. It's like, plink.
I don't think you understand how like badly I throw. But
Okay, we'll say that you've thrown many. You're eventually gonna
I've thrown
sink
enough that they've at least touched it. So we're gonna go with it got in
one.
the
Okay.
mouth.
So if it goes in,
Yeah.
It was
so I start laughing.
that Solis did it.
What? I wouldn't do such a trivial thing. It looks at Symarra and it looks at the little one, even though it was funny. You were snoring like a
What?
banshee.
I'm not even mad though. That was delicious. Is this breakfast? This looks amazing. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
There's a bouquet of cheeses and meats that are
Yes, I
flowering around where your head was currently, Nyx.
Yeah, this.
Hey, Cypress. Hey, Cypress.
I'm not there, am I?
Cypress isn't
Solis.
there.
Oh,
No.
I'm
Solis.
not calling the wrong person. Oops.
Solis.
Yeah.
Solis.
Oh, sorry. So many names. Hey, Solis. Hey,
He turns and looks.
how's your anus?
Then he just
Nyx,
drops his
I'm
food.
trying to eat.
He just drops his food and looks at her with the most sternest look. I wish you would have lodged the cheese deeper. As he looks at Symarra.
Think about your well-being, you dick.
Well, that's fine. That's for sure.
How's your anus? Is it good? Like, how are you feeling?
Yes, I'm feeling a lot better. I feel like I
awesome. Nick's kinda
lost
just
a few pounds, lost a few
slaps you on
horns.
the back.
Have some cheese. It'll get you those pounds back on.
Thank you.
Fill you up.
Oh, not me. You're not talking to me. I always think someone's talking to me.
Am I wearing pants at this point? I don't even know.
yeah,
Am I
yeah.
just furred out? Oh, okay.
No, I mean, you decide what.
Oh yeah,
what
I
this
have, no,
looks like.
I do. Remember, because I have like, are we in our garbs or anything? Like
Yeah,
I have
sure,
like leather
definitely.
and stuff on. Okay, yeah, I have leather. Okay, so anyway, he's like, I'm fine, I guess. So thank you for asking. Just as long as we don't eat those good berries, they may not sit right. So what happened? So he's asking around, trying to get caught up.
Do we tell him? Do we have to go in? Are you good? Can we just say we tell him everything in
Yeah.
quick tones?
Yeah, you said it. Yeah.
And about the trip that the professor wants to.
Okay, so I sit there and think, So is any word? Has he come back? Is he resurrected? What's going on? So you bury him? Did anybody check on the body? Is he still there?
Cypress and Tima went out last night to stand guard. I did not hear yet. I don't know how it went, but at least I have some cheese. I get to stay inside. But I don't know. They may be back soon.
Maybe I should go take a look. I have a very good understanding of the land. So he goes and walks towards the door. And at this point, Cypress, is he coming back? Or
Yes.
is he with the Mogar? Okay. So
I
as I
guess-
open the door.
Yeah, at this time, I've already seen Cypress walking, nodded.
So
and
what is,
then
yeah, exactly.
walked
What
with
is
him.
what does this look like for you, Mogar? You're outside. You said you woke up early.
Yes.
What does this look like? What are you doing?
So it's whatever. It's dusk. I'm correct.
I mean, technically it's dawn if you're
Dawn
going to
at
be
this time?
waking up at the earliest point, but it's like perpetually dusk. There is no
Yeah.
bright sun raining down upon you. It's just
I'm just getting the
Yeah.
atmospheric, like, how it's looking. All right, so I don't know. He's just staring. He's thinking. He's always remembering, and he's also remembering about the professor. The memories that he had back in the day in the battlefield, and what he's always told him. He remembers when he was nothing, and when he picked him up. Not picked him up, but basically, took him under his wing and was able to help him out and become the Mogar you all know today.
Sure.
So,
are you closer to the house or further?
Yeah, I'm closer. Okay, I just I wouldn't say like right in the porch. I'm just like a little bit out into where the woods would be, and I'm just like kind of leaning towards a tree with my axe. I wouldn't say hard lean. I would just say like a real,
sure,
soft. I'm just leaning on there, waiting, and as
from
I'm
down
waiting
the road,
there, just looking. Yeah, from down the road,
you'll see Cypress walking next to Tima, the oversized bear.
And I'll be coming this way, so we'll have like a joint.
Solis,
not a joint, but
we'll have a joint.
Solis, as you exit the house, you'll spot as you kind of look left and right. To the left, at a decrepit and nearly fallen tree, Mogar leans. To your right, Cypress is walking with Tima, returning back to the home.
So I see Mogar, I'm like, this is what I try to communicate with this beastly of a man.
Mogar does not acknowledge because he knows that he's trying to make fun of him and his illiteracies, and so he's just doesn't look at him. And he just watches.
So he looks at Mogar like
Cypress. Yeah, he watches Cypress walking with Tima, and he nods.
Oh, Mogar, I thought I was trying to speak your language clearly. You don't understand that either. Cypress, let's talk about those good berries.
I'm so sorry, man. Like most people do well with them. I don't know. Maybe it's your heritage, or it could be genetics. It could be all sorts of things, man. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, but I had a lot to.
Did everything come out okay, man?
Literally
okay. I'm sorry if there's a lot of pain, man. I don't mean that.
A lot came out, but I had a lot of time on the pot to think. And something's not right.
Me too, man. Me too. I've thought a lot on the pot as well.
Literally. Talk to the ladies inside. Something doesn't add up. Have you found anything? I heard you buried them. You were out here all night with Tima and Mogar. Is there anything that I need to know?
Man, I don't know how much they told you in there. Have they got you up to speed?
Yes, but you were out here, so what did you see? Did you see anyone? Or anything?
Well, you would know then that I was going out there to make sure that there was no trouble with the corpse afterwards, after the burial, man. But I talked to a couple of... Are they gravekeepers? Or talked to a couple of gravekeepers, man, and... I gotta be honest with you, I think we're coming into some really heavy stuff. In fact, I kind of like look left, look right, kind of see who's around. Like I kind of lean in.
Yeah, Solis leans in.
Mogar, do you approach them at all? It looks like they're kind of having a little powwow, a huddle, if you will.
How far are they? I thought they were like, I can hear them.
Probably no more than 20 feet, but if they're going to start leaning in to discuss things under whisper.
Then I walk towards. Yeah, Mogar gets off his lean, starts walking towards just to hear, but he doesn't say anything. Just walks up.
Okay.
I basically, I just lean in and I'm like, I don't think we can trust anything, man. I don't think we can trust that PD is dead. I don't think we can trust his daughter. I don't think we can trust the town. And I certainly, man, know that you can't trust that prison. Harrowstone. Harrowstone, man. There's some bad mojo coming out of there for sure.
Interesting. Wait, what is my trait again?
Is Kendra in the breakfast room with us?
Kendra is currently doing some cleanup with the aide. They're trying to do some light tidying. They're eager. She's specifically eager to find out what you guys have upturned, or what you think of the situation at hand, because she speculates that this was a murder that has been covered up. So once she's done,